Hello, people of the interwebs. Today we're going to be making a delicious Thanksgiving turkey. I'm Chef Cash White, and I'm here today because God has delivered me from my circumstances and put me in a place where I can share my love of food with you. Today, we're gonna be making a delicious Thanksgiving turkey. Turkey is one of the things that people get the most scared of when they're making it. They're scared they're gonna dry it out, they're gonna overcook it, undercook it, so on and so forth. So today, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna spend a little bit of time and show you a very simple and easy way to make a delicious Thanksgiving turkey. One of the things that you need to make sure you prepare for is give yourself a few days to let it thaw. The best way to do that, take a look, you'll be able to find a chart and it'll tell you how many hours you need to thaw per pound of turkey. So you can take it and leave it in your refrigerator and let it thaw for 3 or 4 days depending on the size. This is a 15 pounder. Took about 4 days to thaw. Once it's nice and thawed, pull it out. You'll reach in the cavity, usually the neck and the giblets are in there. You can pull that stuff out, save it to the side for a delicious gravy. That's kind of the point we're at right now. I'm gonna show you the first thing we're gonna do. Let me get my paring knife, and there's these little pieces of fat and such in the back. We're just gonna trim that off. You got that, you got a little bit around here, around the opening, if you can see that fat. We're just gonna trim that off. Nothing, it's not bad to leave it on there. It just makes a better presentation after you take it out of the oven. And you can use this stuff in your gravy as well. That fat will cook into your gravy and give it a lot of flavor. Once you have that part trimmed out. So we're gonna get a little bit of butcher twine. You're gonna take a little bit piece off, cut it off, and you're gonna bind these back feet, just like this. It helps hold everything into a nice shape. I was never, ever a Boy Scout. Well, you know what? I made it to the Weeblos, We Be Loyal Scouts, right before the Boy Scouts. Got that turkey all tied up. We're gonna set this aside and we're gonna work on the stuff we're gonna put in it. Okay, so when you're preparing your turkey, there's gonna be two different things you're gonna pay attention to. The stuff you put in the cavity and the stuff you put under and on top of the skin. It's two different parts of the turkey you wanna flavor, and you wanna try to make it consistent. With what we're making today, the stuff you put inside the turkey is not necessarily stuffing. I don't like to stuff my turkey. I like to make my dressing in a separate pan because it takes a little bit longer to cook, and sometimes that dressing can keep the turkey from getting nice and moist. It'll pull the moisture out of the meat. We're gonna actually stuff our turkey with some vegetables and some aromatic herbs. So we're gonna start right here with a white onion. You know, this is not gonna be a part of any presentation. This is not gonna be part of the plating or anything like that. This is just to get some good flavor in there. We don't have to really pay attention to our knife cuts that well. We just want to make them about equal sized chunks so that they cook evenly and disperse the onion oil and flavor in there. So just give them a little chunk. I'm gonna do a little bit of celery. Nothing pretty about this. You're just cutting it so you can put it on the inside of the turkey. Green apple. You don't even have to core this thing. Just throw it on in there. A little carrot. And a lemon. Just cut that lemon in half. Next thing we're gonna do is some fresh herbs. I have a little bit of fresh thyme here, have some fresh sage, and I have some fresh rosemary. I'm just gonna put those right here, and then a handful of fresh parsley. Now we're gonna mirror these herbs in the rub that we're gonna make for to go under the skin. You have that big old cavity right there. Hello, hello, hello. We're just gonna start stuffing stuff in there, okay? Get as much as you can in there. And that about does it. That's a stuffed turkey. Okay, so the next part we're gonna do is we're gonna make a little bit of a rub to go up under the skin of the turkey. I'm gonna start here with a stick of butter. I've gotten it to room temperature, let it sit out for a couple of hours so it's nice and soft. Then all I'm gonna do to that is I'm gonna add a teaspoon of kosher salt, teaspoon black pepper, about a teaspoon of granulated garlic, teaspoon of rosemary. Remember how I said we're gonna mirror those fresh herbs with some dried herbs to keep the flavor consistent? Okay, so we're gonna use a little bit of dried thyme and a little bit of dried sage. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get a fork and mash all that stuff together. Cool, now that we've got our butter all mashed up, I'm gonna take our turkey, bring it over here, and I'm gonna lift that skin up and try to slide my hand up under there. Takes a second, you gotta work it a little bit. You gotta separate that skin from the meat. You get that fun little, it's like a puppet, it's a turkey puppet. Don't eat me! November is my least favorite month. Now that we've got that in there, you can see you got all the way down in there. You're gonna take some of this butter, you're just gonna shove it down in there and smash it in. It's gonna get all that flavor and that juiciness in that meat. Oh, it's gonna be good. All right, cool. Now that we've got that butter mixture all the way kind of covering that turkey breast, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a couple of toothpicks. We're gonna pin the skin down into the breast. And the reason being, you don't want your skin to curl up. If you pin it down like this, it'll stay nice and stretched out, and you'll get a nice, good color on top of it. As opposed to cooking it when it's not pinned down, it'll all draw up on one side, okay? Just like that. Just pin it down just like that. All right, so now that we have the turkey all ready to go, what I use to roast in is I spend $2 and go buy one of these things. A lot easier to clean up. You just water it up and throw it away when you're done, and you don't have to worry about spending $100 on a really expensive roasting pan. Just transfer your turkey over to this guy. You're gonna take these wings and you're gonna tuck them underneath your turkey so they don't burn. We've already preheated our oven to 425, and the way that this works is you're gonna cook it about 40 minutes on 425, then you're gonna lower it down to about 350, and you're gonna cook it the rest of the way. Like I said, this is a 12-pound turkey. We're gonna cook it about 4.5 hours, and we're gonna check it with our thermometer after 4 hours and see if it's reached 165 to 170 core temperature in the thickest part of the thigh. So let's put it in the oven. So we've had the turkey in the oven for about 2 hours now. I took a peek at it and the skin is looking beautiful, golden brown. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna open it up real quick. I cut me out a little piece of foil here. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put it on top of the turkey after I drizzle just a little bit of olive oil on there to give it some sheen, some moisture, and so that it keeps the skin real crispy. Now we're gonna let it cook the last 2 hours with the foil over the top of it so it continues to cook but doesn't burn the skin. All right, so our timer just went off for the turkey. I have my thermometer here. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna stick it in the thickest part of the turkey thigh and see if we've reached 165 degrees. I think we're good to go. Whew, I wish I could smell that, but check this out. Take this, listen to this. Hear how hard and crusty that skin is? It's exactly what we're looking for. Now we're gonna let this rest for about 30 to 40 minutes before we're ready to carve it. All right, so our turkey is done. It's rested about 40 minutes. We're gonna take it over here and get it ready to present. Be careful with this guy. He's gonna be a little fragile. We're gonna slide him over on this beautiful board we have set up. We're gonna reserve these juices to make a little gravy, and then we're gonna take just a little bit of this parsley, kind of garnish him around it. There you go. That is our golden brown Thanksgiving turkey. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us for this Thanksgiving. I want to urge you to please click subscribe down below so you can see our other delicious Thanksgiving recipes. And remember the most important part of things, guys. Keep the faith. Enjoy the food. Love you guys. Goodbye. All right, so we've had the oven, and the turkey. Good.